How to get 5 sales a day using Google Ads in 2024. But first, can you hear me and see me? Give me one in the chat box if you can, please. Let me know everything is good to go. Making sure we are up and running. Good, good. 111. And where are you located? Let me know. Just while a couple of other people are trickling into the webinar. I know it's kind of a weird time, but where are you located? I'm in London, Ontario, Canada, which is 2 hours from Toronto and 2 hours from Detroit, Michigan. So kind of on that line. It is a beautiful sunny day up here in the Great White North. UK, nice, very nice. It's about a 5 hour difference from here to there, I believe. So you're up. No, you're not up early. It's like midday for you, I think, in the UK. Okay, Chandler, Arizona, very nice. Indiana, love the Indiana Fever. I actually been watching them, the WNBA, for like first time in my life, and it's actually interesting. I love it. San Antonio. Hello, my friend. 96 Fahrenheit. Wow. Very nice. Awesome. Yeah, we are heading out this weekend out to the lake because it's going to be beautiful. All right. A couple others are just trickling on board. We did have a great turnout today, which I really love. So, again, thank you for coming on. I've got a lot of stuff to show you and welcome. So, let's see if Google Ads are possible for you. Let's see if we can get you to 5 sales a day. And I know 5 sales a day is not a huge number, but when you're at zero, one is a good number. And then two, three, four, five is a great number. And then, 20 is a good number and 50 is a good number. But you can't go from 0 to 100 sales a day immediately. It takes time, it takes budget, it takes experience, it takes finding a couple winners, it takes a lot of things and a lot of methods combined to get there. So Google ads are great. I still do love Facebook ads. Yes, I do. Got a comment there. I love Facebook ads. But Google ads are pretty much my all-time favorite because when I got kicked off of Facebook ads, I went to Google ads a lot and TikTok and Pinterest. And I always come back to Google. So I'll show you, I'm going to show you a lot of stuff here. And I think you're going to be blown away at some of the numbers that I've got here on Google ads. But what are we going to cover? Basically three things. Number one, like what has changed and why should you use them? Number two is the 5 sales per day game plan. Okay, there is a plan for this, and what to do next, which is basically do the game plan. So who is this for? Basically, the following people. You want to run Google Ads. You want to know the best way. You want to generate your own traffic. You want to know what to avoid. You want to know exactly what to do. I think learning from other people's mistakes is important. And if you can do that, it saves you a lot of time, money, and frustration. So that's why we're here. It's not really for, the usual negative people, finger pointers, quitters, bad attitudes, or all around unpleasant people. But you are here, so I'm sure this is for you. And if you do stay until the end, I've got something for you. But before we begin, I would like to introduce myself because I do see a bunch of new names in here, which I really like. So my name's Will. I've sold over 7 figures in the print on demand world so far and counting, and I've made over 7 figures with courses, coaches, and my membership site. So I work at home in my office at the front of my house where I'm sitting right now. I'm old. I'm currently 49, and I know I know there's a few that are older than me on here, and there's a lot of younger people too. But I'm stubborn too. Just ask my wife. I love e-commerce, paid traffic, building assets that produce cash flow for me online, and I love, love, love helping people succeed. So I am lucky in that I've manufactured my own luck since 2007 when I quit my day job and went full-time online for myself. But again, enough about me. I think you get the gist. A better topic is to talk about you. So, is this you? I just watched like 145 YouTube videos on how to run Google Ads. Now I'm ready to dive in, kick some butt, and take some names because some 20-year-old kid says all I have to do is fire up some campaigns and duplicate it like 10,000 times while setting up like 500 rules to manage it. It's going to be so easy. Why aren't more people doing this? He makes it look so easy and definitely not overcomplicated at all. Let's go. And that's where a lot of people are with Google. Or maybe you're the tried and failed Google marketer. You're like, I don't get it. I did everything that guy in the video told me to do. Still not making any money at all. In fact, now I'm at a loss because he told me to create duplicates of like 5,000 ad groups inside 300 campaigns, testing out 3,000 different keywords and interests. I can't afford to keep this going. All I do is pay money out, nothing coming back in. I'm going to quit very soon. This sucks. So first, you're not alone. Second, don't give up. There is hope. And third, accept where you're at so we can fix it. So you have to evaluate what worked, what didn't, what can be improved. Typically, there are some things that are missing, some things that are incomplete, And that's the reason why the ads aren't converting. And if you think about it, if you're getting traffic to your site or to your store or to your lead generation squeeze page, then Google did their job. They got the people there. Now it's up to you to convert them. And if they're not converting, if they're bouncing off your site right away, then we have to work on that. We have to figure out what is wrong with the landing page. What's going on there that people are not sticking around? They're not doing what you want them to do. So basically, if you're at rock bottom with that, you can only go up from there. Your success is 99% the great thing between your ears, and 1% is all the technical stuff and the methods and all that stuff. So the rest, we can teach it. And you may have seen others succeed. You know it's possible, so you start researching on good old YouTube. And there's so many YouTubers out there trying to get your attention. Most are like agency people, which means they run ads for other people. They're not using their own money. And when you're not using your own money, you do things that you probably wouldn't do if you were using your own money. For me, I'm not an agency guy. I use my own money. So I have to be very careful with what I do because I don't want to lose it all. But I do have some bad news for you. Like YouTube videos about Google Ads are typically all fluff. YouTube videos about places like Shopify are typically about like drop shipping from China. They got a lot of clickbait headlines and a lot of talking, but very little substance. Even lead generation ones, step-by-step instructions. You can get it, but it's kind of glossy on YouTube. Like, good luck. It can be frustrating. And I know a lot of you spend a lot of time in the YouTube research phase. So maybe you find one of those free courses on there. Maybe you try to do what they tell you. Maybe you feel like you can do it all on your own, but it just doesn't seem to work like how you want it to. So you continue to struggle and continue not making any money online. You end up in that vicious cycle of constantly buying, constantly failing, thinking of giving up, but you don't. The point is, you're not going to give up on your dream. Your dream is your goal, and your goal is what keeps you going. So, goals are good. We all have them. What's yours? Type it into the chat box now. I do this on every webinar I do because I love seeing the different goals. Give me the monetary goal per month that you would like to make in order to be happy. And I'm not even saying successful, I'm saying happy. And everybody's got a dollar amount. Just gross revenue is fine. It doesn't have to be profit, but we've all got it. And then I'll show you my goal, my current goal, although I do have a few. Yeah, gain at least 8,000 per month, right on. 1 billion zillion. That is a huge number. I've never seen that one before. 5,000. Oh, question. Will this be recorded? Yes, it will. 100K per month. There you go. You're aren't you there yet? I know you. You're probably there already. 5 to 10. Not there yet. What do you? Okay, so you're at 99,000. I bet. Good stuff. 5K, 5K, 3K. 75 was the highest. Very nice. Good job, man. 1,000 net. I just want a sale. I just want something consistent. Okay, I love it. So there, we got a lot of goals here. We got a billion zillion all the way down to 1,000 net, and then we got to a sale a day. I'd be happy with that. Awesome. All right, so here's my goal. I want to help you get your own Google ad campaigns up and running profitably so you can finally succeed in profit. Now, we're talking not just direct product sales, but also lead generation, because building up that email list too is important. It doesn't matter what business you're in. If you're into e-commerce, print on demand, coaching courses, consulting, whatever it is, if you have an email list, you're going to do even better. So you can do both. You don't have to do one or the other. Here's what I'm doing right now. I'm creating a brand new Shopify t-shirt store, and I want to get up to 7 figures in 12 months and then sell it for 2 times to 3 times a multiple. And I'll be using Facebook ads, Google ads, and more to do this. And I'm currently doing this right now on my membership sites. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. The point is, without goals, we all struggle to keep going. Some days stink. You get very little traffic, or you overspend on your ads, or someone copies your best sellers, but you keep going because you have that goal. So why tell you all this? Because you need something to keep you going too. Bad days are going to happen. Goals give you something that you can focus on. You can feel sorry for yourself, and you can wallow in self-pity. I've done this myself, and I just snap out of it every time somehow magically. Or you can change anything you want in your life. So I think that's why you're here. Maybe you've tried and failed. That's why I put together a Google Ads Bootcamp. I'll talk more about that later, but let's get into the training that I promised now. So let's dive in. I cannot wait. Now, number one is kind of why you should be using them. So I'm going to convince you here in a big way. I've got a couple of reasons why that I'm going to walk through. Number one, there is a ton of traffic available. So when people think of paid ads, they online, it seems they think Facebook is the only game in town, but that's just not true. I mean, Google actually has more traffic than Facebook, and they've been around a lot longer too. So They're the #1 visited website in the world. Yes, over Amazon. And people always think Amazon's the big dog, but it's not. It's Google. 92% of all search volume goes through Google. 8.5 billion Google searches per day. Do you know how many like servers they have to just handle that volume of traffic? It is like hundreds of thousands of servers and server farms all across the world that Google has. They handle 99,000 search queries per second, which means somebody goes there, types something in, boom, Google gives them the results. And they've been doing this for a long, 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 long time. Now, this one, the average person searches Google 3 to 4 times per day. Maybe I know I'll search at least once a day if I'm looking for something, if I'm trying to convert some currency, and I want to see what something's worth, or if I'm just, you know, I do a lot of repairs on vehicles and toys and things like that I have. So I'm always on there trying to figure out, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? Or it's making this noise. What does that mean? And I'll go to YouTube and I'll go to YouTube University too and try to figure out how to fix it. But people do use it to find things, not just information, but physical products too. So if people are going to Google and they might think, oh, let's find a funny T-shirt, why not? And they'll go there, they'll search, and then it'll take them off to places like Amazon or Etsy or your store or somewhere else. Or maybe they're like, how do I create a course and sell it online? And they might type that into Google, and then they might go to your little giveaway, which gathers an email, and Bob's your uncle. It's all good, but there is a ton of traffic. So reason number 2 is that traffic is not typical traffic. It's called buyer intent traffic. And what that means is, simply put, people type in what they're looking for. So if you do sell funny t-shirts, they type in funny t-shirts. They see your ad. They buy your funny t-shirt. That's kind of the thing with Google. It's people are actively seeking out these products to buy. If you sell blank products like coffee mugs or shirts or aprons or whatever it is, and people are like blank coffee mugs in Canada, right? For you, they'll go to Google and they'll type that in, and then they'll go and look, and they'll probably land on Amazon, and they'll land on Etsy, and they'll land on a couple of suppliers that have them, and hopefully your ad is right there too, so that when they see it, they go to your site and they buy your product from you. So it doesn't matter what the product is, if it's like print-on-demand products or any other type of products, this all works. Which is kind of the opposite of Facebook ads, because on Facebook, which is a social media site, people are just browsing. They're not really looking for anything. In that news feed, there's just ads that pop up. It could be an image, could be a video, could be a carousel, it could be a slideshow, it could be whatever it is. But these ads are just like interrupting them kind of mindlessly looking at Facebook. So it's a whole different ball game from Google, where people are actively searching for this stuff. And now with Google too, you might be thinking, okay, well, that's Google search, but what about the other types of ads that Google has? And I'll tell you, Google has information, like more information than any company in the world, on you and me and our family and our friends and everybody else. Because I hate to tell you this, but places like credit card companies like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, they sell your data to Google and they sell it to Facebook. So I know people are all up in arms about TikTok and China and all this stuff, but American companies have been doing this for decades. So they know exactly who you are, they know exactly what you buy. So even if you're running like a banner ad campaign on Google and you're thinking, how the heck would Google know who to show that banner to? Well, they know who's looking at the website because they have all information on you, even if you're not logged into it. They know your computer, they know where you live, they know your location, they know everything you bought online for the past, well, basically your lifetime. They've got all this. So it's kind of scary. But the point is, buyer intent traffic, where you're actually searching, is more valuable, but it requires a little bit different skill set than interruption marketing. It's a little bit different ad setup, a little bit different ad copy, a little bit different theme to it all. So, reason number 3, they do have multiple ways to advertise. So, on, for example, Facebook, you're basically running an image with a little bit of text and a link, and that's it. On Google, you can run banner ads, and you can run those banner ads on a lot of different websites, even outside of Google, like CNN or Fox News or wherever you want to go. Any website, magazine websites like Good Housekeeping, they all have Google ads, Google banner ads being displayed on them, because that advertiser, in that case, say CNN, they get paid from Google to display those ads on their website. But those ads are you. So I know people always freak out when they first start ads and they're like, um, I don't like I saw my ad on CNN or somebody or a friend or family would be like, I saw your banner on CNN. And it's like, yeah, I retargeted you because you visited my website. So I did some retargeting with banner ads on Google. And they think you did the big media buy with CNN, but you didn't. You just went through your Google ad account. And that's what we're going to show you how to do. Right. So you can run text ads too, which is the original way, the OG way. That's how I started. That's where somebody types something into Google, and then there's all those links in the search results, and the ads show at the top and bottom of the page. Those are my bread and butter. Those are my favorites. However, you can also run video ads. So Google happens to own YouTube, and you can run ads on YouTube, and those can be videos. And those can be videos of you demonstrating your product, or they can be videos of somebody wearing your product, or they can be videos of you just put a little slideshow together, and then they view it, and then they can click a button, click a link, and go right through to your website. It's awesome. You can also run combination ads, which is called, in this case, demand gen. And that's where you have kind of Facebook ad style, where it's like an image, ad copy, and a link, and sometimes a button too. And those demand gen ads are a little bit of a new variation that they came out with that works very well. It's a little bit better than a banner ad because it's a combination of banner and text. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. There's multiple ways to advertise. But reason number 4, like I said, you can advertise in multiple places. So right on Google is where you're going to get those text ads, and you can even put shopping ads and all that other stuff. But you can advertise on YouTube because they own it. Millions of websites. And I use CNN and Fox News as an example, but there's also places like Gmail ads. So I don't know if you've seen that, but in your Gmail inbox, if you have a gmail.com email address, there's a tab called promotions and a tab called social, and then like your main inbox. But in those other tabs is where they will actually run ads, which people open up inside their email. So when they're checking their email, they're like, what the heck's this? And it looks like an email, but it's actually an ad from you. You can also run ads inside of apps on phones because Google has been the middleman for this for a long, long time. Now, I'll tell you right now, app ads, I'm not a fan because when somebody's on an app, they typically are on that app for one specific reason. And the odds of them clicking off that app to click the ad and go to your website and leave the app are pretty slim. So I've always found app ads are not the most profitable ones at all. They can be used for retargeting, but I wouldn't be using them for like cold prospecting campaigns at all. They're not as effective as something like Google.com or video ads or even banner ads. So reason number 5 is this: their traffic converts. So they've been around forever. They know what they're doing. Their algorithm is powerful. Okay, their data on every human is ridiculous, as I already said. The tools that they offer inside their dashboard are actually copied by other ad platforms like Facebook and TikTok and Pinterest and all these other places, Microsoft. You'll see that they all look similar because all those places do is watch what Google does, and then they create those tools for their own ad platforms. They're the OG. They're like the original gangster place to run ads online. um, I wish I had started with them, but I actually started with Yahoo Overture, who got bought out by Bing Ads way, way back in the day. And then back in 2007, basically, is when I started running Google Ads hardcore as my primary source. Because back in 2007, I don't even think Facebook was around back then when I started running paid ads. So, yeah, they're the original. They're the first place, and because they've been around so long, they've refined things, and it's like a fine wine. They've aged very gracefully and nicely. So reason number 6 is support actually exists. So even when you go to their website, like google.com/ads, you'll see you can call them, you can text them like online on a chat, you can email them, and a real human will respond. Now, the human that you get the response from is not always the most senior human in the food chain, but they will escalate things to higher ups in order to get things done for you. They will even go into your account and review it with you. Now, take their advice with a grain of salt because their end goal is to get you to spend more money. So if you're running like a low budget campaign, they're all like 9 times out of 10, they're just going to say, increase your budget and spend more and test more and test, because as you're testing and testing and testing, they're just making more money and more money and more money. Now, any ad platform out there has to eventually provide results for you, or you're not going to spend any more money with them. So they know that. So they throw you a couple bones once in a while via sales or leads or whatever you're looking for. But try that with Facebook. Like go on Facebook, go into your business manager account, and try and call them. Good luck. Try and text them. Try and send an email to them. Good luck. Like they via email, they respond, but it's always a generic go to this link and read this page, which has nothing to do with what you're asking. Facebook support is the worst I've ever encountered on this in out of all the paid ad platforms that I've used over the past 17 plus years. Their support is awful. I don't even know how they're still in business. Besides that, they're actually getting people sales. If they, yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like they copy everything else from Google, but they won't copy the support system. So I'm dumbfounded at how horrible Facebook ad support is compared to Google. And you might be saying, well, I've dealt with Google ad support and they didn't give me the results I wanted, but at least you dealt with them. At least you got to talk to somebody. You can't do that on Facebook. They just put you into a queue and you get these bot responses, which are just awful. So that's a big reason. That could actually be reason number one, that support actually exists. All right, reason number 7, and there are more, but I know them like the back of my hand. That's my thing. So I'm going to show you this. This is one of my ad accounts. It's got 507,000 clicks on 244 million impressions. I don't even want to show you how much that cost, but I've spent a lot. So do you think I would spend a lot if I didn't make anything back? So there's a reason I'm PPC coach, pay per click. It comes from here, from Google, because I have bought a boatload of clicks from them over the years. So 507,000 clicks is no joke. That's a lot. And I know everybody wants to see, well, what was your ROI? How much did you spend? What was the total budget? Blah, blah, blah. I don't like showing those numbers because of what I've been seeing a lot online is marketers will show you like one number, the gross revenue, but they'll never show you everything else that goes along with it. And I don't like that. So I figure, you know what? If you want proof that I've been on Google for a long time and I wouldn't have got 507,000 clicks, I wouldn't have bought those if I weren't making money with those. All right. So, $250 million impressions of my ads have shown on Google over the years. That's a lot. So I know them well. Bottom line, you should be using them if you aren't already. It doesn't matter what your business is. If you have a store, if you have a Shopify store and you want to run Google ads to it, perfect. If you have a course or coaching or consulting or program and you want to generate some leads via Google ads, perfect. If you have a physical location and you want to get more traffic to it, perfect. This works. It doesn't have to be a national program. You could do local as well. So let's move on to the second part now. I hope that kind of convinces you as to why. But the 5 sales per day game plan. So it looks something like this. First, let's be very clear. The number one thing you must have is a good product or a good offer. If you don't have that, you're not going to make a sale. So I know I keep saying this time and time and time again, but it's a fact. Like even with any ads that I do, if my product is not selling, but I'm getting clicks, then it's on me because people just something is not right on my end. So I got to fix that. So if your product sucks or your offer sucks, you're not going to get any results, no matter how good your ads are. It just doesn't matter. Ads are not a magical wand that you can wave to fix bad results. Ads are a way to get more results for a good product. So second, there are 3 steps to get to 5 sales per day. So step number 1, and this is where everybody starts, is running ads like right to your product. So, oops. Yeah, step number 1, run ads right to your product. Step number 2, run ads to a squeeze page to get their email. And step number 3, retarget all the clickers, all the people who clicked with banners and videos and combos. So these steps work. In fact, you can do them basically all at the same time. So what's the game plan? Well, let's dive in here. So step number 1, run ads direct to your product landing page or your offer landing page, whatever it is. You start with Google search ads. So you're going to be bidding on keywords. And those are the keywords that people are actually typing into Google to find your product. those are your text ads. And you've all seen them. I can show a million examples, but you can go to google.com anytime, type in any phrase, and you're going to see the sponsored by or sponsored results, which will be like 1 to 3 ads at the top of the page, and then a couple ads at the bottom of the page, depending on how high competition that keyword is. So there are some terms that are high competition and high cost, and there's low competition and lower cost. You can go either way, but if you're starting out, you can kind of look at more low competition, low cost keywords and just more of them to make up the volume. And then when you get to the point where you're making enough money, then you can shift to the high volume stuff and really scale it. So those are going to link right from the ad to your product. You want to make sure you manage these ads correctly, meaning do not overspend. So time and time again, I see too many people that I'll launch like a whole boatload of ads and then they'll spend like $100, $200 in a day. They won't get any results. And then they're thinking like, well, this doesn't work. But I mean, it did work. It just wasn't given enough time or budget for each one. So instead of launching things in bulk, just launch like one thing at a time. See if that works and give the whole budget to that one thing. Focus on it. If it works, keep it going. If it doesn't work, shut it off. It's very simple. We as humans, we get attached to the things that we create. And if we create an ad, we're like, oh, this is the greatest ad ever. I'm just going to let this run. And we spend $20 and we don't get anything. We're like, well, I'll just give it 20 more. So now you're at $40. You're like, well, I'm already 40 and I might as well go to 60. Then you're at 60 and you're like, okay, I should probably turn this off, but I can't now because I know I'm just one click away from getting a sale. Meanwhile, your sale is only going to put like $20 in your pocket. So we can remove emotion from that equation by using automated rules. And by the way, Google is the inventor of the automated rules, not Facebook. So we can use the tools available to us to make sure that we do not overspend on these ads and to make sure that we're testing correctly to get the results that we need. So ads to a landing page, that's the first step. Step two, and this can be for anything. This can be even on my Shopify store with that I sell t-shirts. I still run ads to a squeeze page to build an email list. And you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Why are you building an email list for a t-shirt store? Well, I'm generating leads. And the most important thing, this works for any business. If I offer something for free and I get their email, and then I can make an offer on the thank you page. So technically I can still advertise my t-shirt. It's just instead of advertising that direct to the landing page, I can offer something for free in front. So it could be a guide, or it could be a collection, or it could be uh, maybe you put together a whole bunch of information together into one piece that makes sense in your niche, and you offer that for free. And then they enter their email, and boom, they got the guide or they got the freebie, and then on the landing page, you show them your shirt. In my example, that's what I do because now I can use email marketing to nurture them to buy. Your email list and paid ads is an amazing, powerful combination. And it works very, very, very well. Because if you make an offer that is good enough for them to give up their email, and you still have the ability to do the marketing immediately to make a sale, that's an awesome combination. In fact, technically you could skip number one and go right to number two, but I know a lot of people just want to run ads direct to products. So that's why I do number one as well. But number two has been actually a little bit more profitable for me because it doesn't matter what the product is. It doesn't matter. Even like physical products that I'm selling online, I can still figure out something that they want. And it could even be 100 jokes to tell your kids, or I don't know, some like if you have a dog t-shirt site, you could have um, 10 ways to teach your dog, 10 tricks you can teach your dog in the next 48 hours. And then they enter their email, they get the guide. And then on the next page, it's like a dog mom shirt on the thank you page. Hey, thanks for getting the guide. Don't forget to check out this best-selling t-shirt on our store. Done. Like there's a lot of ways to do this. That way is one of my favorites. There's also running uh, ads to not necessarily a squeeze page, but to a blog. So to a blog post. So instead of, for example, I'm in the pickleball niche, right? And you guys that are in my membership, you know, I'm starting a pickleball store for selling t-shirts. Now I can run ads direct to my pickleball t-shirts, but the cost per click on those ads is high. because there's a lot of competition. Or I can write a blog post on 10 pickleball rules you need to know before you play, or 10 weird pickleball rules you didn't know. And I send them to a squeeze page. So they get my little PDF on those 10 rules. And on the thank you page, I have a pickleball t-shirt. And I say, don't forget to check out our best-selling pickleball t-shirt. Get one now. Your friends will be jealous. Click here to buy it. Done. Like, that is an amazing thing. Or going back to the blog post thing, um, 15 rules about pickleball you didn't know. And it's a blog post. And within that post, I have ads for my products on my store. So instead of sending them direct to my store to the product with like buy now, it's sending them to a blog post that has actual 15 pickleball rules explained. And then embedded in that blog post are links to my shirts. So the key is the cost per click on pickleball rules is a lot lower than the cost per click on pickleball shirt. So I can actually save like probably about $1.50 to $2 per click by going a little bit in a roundabout way and still getting traffic from Google to my store eventually. Because the end goal is I want to sell t-shirts. So how I sell these t-shirts is using some unique and creative ways. So it doesn't always have to be add to product. It can be add to squeeze page or add to blog posts, or there's a couple other ways we can do it too. But the squeeze page one I really, really, really like because I can then put them into my email sequence and I can market to that sequence. Now, the last one is step 3, where you want to retarget everyone. So you're going to run ads to people who previously clicked an ad and visited your site. They got cookied by the pixel from Google, which you will have set up, and now you can make offers to them. So say 4th of July came up and you have some 4th of July themed shirts. Well, you can run ads just to people who know you and who have already been to your website, and you can show them ads for more shirts that they could buy or more products, whatever your product is, more that they could buy. They're hot prospects. You want to include people who even you can take it a step further and say, I'm going to do my abandoned cart sequence via retargeting ads. So people who added to cart but didn't buy, I can show them an ad that says, hey, we know life gets in the way. Come on back. Click here. We saved your cart for you. And on a place like Shopify, that's very easy because you just go like your domain /cart. That's the URL that they're going to go to. When they click that link, it magically has whatever they had in their cart already in there because Shopify cookied them, Google cookied them, and they know what they added to cart, but they didn't complete the order yet. That little thing is super powerful too. And you can show them banners, you can show them text, you can show them combo ads, you can show them videos with this. These are your most profitable ads by far, the retargeting side. So there's actually, I said 3, but there's actually 4 with the blog posts that we can do and that we're going to teach you how to do. So 5 sales per day is a goal. How do you get there? Do those steps, but with enough budget to hit 5 sales per day. So what I mean is this, as an example, if you're selling t-shirts online, which I do, and it costs like $15 to get one sale, okay, then I know that my budget has to be at least $75 per day to hit 5 sales per day. If I'm at $5 per day, I'm not going to hit 5 sales per day. In fact, it's going to take me about 3 days to get one sale. The problem with running super low budgets, which you certainly can, you just have to be very, very, very patient because you will go for a day or 2 or 3 without any results. And as humans, we don't like that. We want results right away. We don't want to wait at all. All right, now let's say you're selling a course and it costs like $50 to get one sale. Well, if you want 5 sales, then it's going to be 5 times 50 is $250 per day. That's going to have to be your budget. So I want you to see this so you realistically know, like, what the heck am I doing here? Like, if you tell me I'm not making any sales, I'm like, what's your budget? You're like $5 per day. I'm like, well, you will make sales. It's just going to take a lot longer. So imagine you're selling a course for 50, and it costs you $50 to get a sale. It's going to take you 10 days to get enough traffic to get one sale. And are you willing to wait 10 days without a sale? Most people don't. They'll quit after day 2 because we're human. So now you have to spread that across all 3 steps to hit your goal. And that's the difficult part. And that's the part where a lot of people struggle because when you're putting money up, you want that. And I've done a YouTube video on this, on that dopamine hit. where you get a sale and then you feel invincible. And you're like, yeah, let's go. Let's increase that budget. Let's jack it up. Let's do more, 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 more. But it has the opposite effect too. When you get no sales, you feel like crap, and you can get depressed, and you can get anxious, and you can get into a mood, and you can start like raging and take it out on your spouse or your kids or your friends or your family because you're not getting any sales, and you're like, I'm angry. That's not good. So you have to have everything in place to make sure that you're getting those sales daily, from a mental side, so you feel good, and then from a business side, so you feel really good because you're making money. So it's not easy, but I wanted to show you that because a lot of people aren't willing to spend $75 per day or $250 per day or whatever it is per day to get you that sale. Okay. Now you're thinking, okay, that's too much. Like I said, you can start smaller. Aim for one sale per day. As you gain experience and success, increase your daily budget from there. Just know your numbers and know how much do I have to spend to get a sale. And if you're spending that much per day and you're getting clicks, but you're not getting sales, then we got to look at other things within, like, what is happening on the landing page. Uh, why aren't people doing this? For example, just this week with my store, I noticed, I don't know, some update happened on the back end of Shopify, and all of a sudden, a purple Shop Pay button and a black Google Pay button was showing right below my checkout button on my checkout page. And I'm like, I turned that off when I started the store, and I was getting really good results. And then, like, for the past, I would say, week, my results had dipped. And I'm like, what is going on? I haven't changed anything with the ads. I have like probably 7 best-selling t-shirts right now that consistently get my results every day. And all of a sudden, my sales stopped. So I went through my checkout, looked at that, saw that, and thought, what the heck? That shouldn't be in there. Because with Shop Pay, it's like that purple button. When you click it, you now have to create an account with Shopify or some weird thing, which takes you off my store to some other place. And then you come back and you complete the order. And I'm like, that I turn that off for that reason. I don't want it to be confusing. Same with Google Pay. It goes to like another place. And I'm like, I want them to stay on my store, and I want them to press a button and go to the next page, which asks for their credit card information, and then a button that says submit. That's all I want. I want a simple process. That's why I set it up that way. Apparently Shopify did an update where they turned those back on without my permission. So I'm not happy about that. But lesson learned, you got to be checking your landing pages and your add to cart and your checkout flow, and you got to make sure everything works. All right. So that is something to be on the ball about, especially when you're getting clicks or you were getting results, but all of a sudden you're not. So that's what everyone does first when starting. They start small, and then it gets better. Once that first winner pops up, you feel really good, and you want to scale, and you want to go to, instead of like $20 a day, let's go to 40, let's go to 60, let's go to 100, let's go to 250, let's go to 500. Now, if you scale too quick, your results are going to just flounder because for some odd reason, none of these ad platforms, Google included, can handle a gigantic budget increase. And I know on Facebook, the rule is like 20% every 24 hours at maximum. But on Google, it's kind of the same thing. If you double your budget too fast, they start looking for a lot of target potential buyers outside of kind of what you wanted. Or maybe there's not enough search volume on those keywords you're bidding on, so they expanded a bit on you. And now all of a sudden you're out in some place where people are not even interested in what you're doing. So anyway, that can be a little bit confusing, but I hope this all sounds good so far. But let's move on to the third thing and wrap this up. So it is like what to do next. All right, that's the third thing. You do have multiple options. Are you getting excited but have a few questions on where to begin? Buckle up, it's about to get even better. So let's finish this off and then I'll get to my offer for you. So the reality check is this is not a simple thing that we're talking about. There are a lot of moving parts. It can be complicated to figure out. You need a couple things before you even start. Number one is that good offer or product. Number two is a Google ad account, which is easy. Number three is like a landing page or a store. Then you need those pixels created and placed. That is key to your success because you have to be able to track your results. If not, you're flying blind and you don't know which campaign, which ad got the sale. And without knowing that, you can't possibly optimize things or scale things or go any further. So the 3-step method is very important. Someone to teach you, someone to guide you, and someone to support you. And I think that's the basic requirements to succeed. So how do you do this? Well, you've got 2 basic options. Take the easy way, go from point A to point B in a straight line. or you can take the hard way. This is where you reverse engineer everything I just said and try and figure it out on yourself, by yourself. So you make those mistakes, you adjust course, and then you go the other way. Then you make more mistakes and you adjust course, and then you have a little bit of success. And you can see the red line on the right is a lot longer than the red line on the left for a reason, because the hard way sucks. So that that means like go for it on your own. Just try and do everything that I just told you on your own. And I mean, eventually you'll get it. It's just going to take a lot longer, and be a little bit more expensive. So you can also go to YouTube and search for this, how to run Google Ads. Now, I find too, whenever you go to Google and you're looking for information on like how to run ads, um, some of these agency guys that are making these videos because they want more agency customers, they deal with budgets that we don't. So the information that they provide is not the the information that we should be using if we're not at that level that they're at. And that's the big disconnect between what you see and where you're at in your business. And a lot of us are not at, like, there's one Facebook ad guy I follow. He's a Greek guy who's super cool, knows his stuff definitely, but you watch his videos and he shows like campaigns. He blurs out his customer information. It's like one campaign is like $2,000 a day, $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day. I'm like, huh? Like, there's what you're doing at that level in with those campaigns is not what I can do right now at my level, because I'm not spending 2,000, 5,000, $10,000 a day. Even guys that are showing campaigns where they're spending like $400 per day, you're like, man, I would love to get there, but I'm not there yet. So I've gone up to $2,000 per day, but it's scary when it's your own money. I don't know how these agency guys do it. I think because it's not their money, they have no fear because they're dealing with big companies. You're not a big company. You're well, maybe you are, but the bulk of us are not. We're just mom and pop shops, and we have to really watch what we're spending. Anyway, you can do that. You're going to get different opinions, different styles, outdated methods, shifty people, tons of ways. People are at different levels than you, and then you go and try each one on your own. And when you try and implement a strategy that it works on $1,000 daily budgets, it's not going to work on a $20 daily budget. There's a difference, and that's where the huge disconnect with YouTube and all those great videos out there is. So you've got something, not the solution, but it's something called information overload. And that's where you have so many options that you don't know where to start, which typically leads to overthinking and overanalyzing. So you do nothing and you go right back to square one. That route stinks. I don't suggest it for anyone. Instead, take that easy route. Learn from someone who is an experienced expert. Let's go back to 2005 for a second. This was 2 years before I went full time in 2007. I'll show you what I did. I hated my job. Okay, I was a financial advisor, and I was like, I was at the end of my rope, the end of my financial advisor career. I took a job at TD Ameritrade. That's how low I was. I took the night shift so I could search the internet to find ways to make money online. I found a mentor. He taught me all about my first business, which was actually generating secured loan leads online using places like Yahoo Overture and Google Ads. It was called AdWords back then. And we would take that information from that they entered into the website that we created and the form, and we would sell them to banks in the UK. Now they knew all about this, the person who was filling out the form. Some of these forms were 90 fields long, and people would take the time to do it. It was insane. Made a lot of money, and then that business actually crashed in 2007 when the credit crisis hit worldwide. And all of these loans and leads that I had, the bulk of them were people with bad credit scores. So back in 2005, banks and loan companies would still give them a loan. But then 2007 hit, and all these banks and loan companies said, "Uh-oh, now you have to have good credit before we'll give you a loan." So my business went belly up in a span of 3 weeks. It was horrible. Actually, that's when PPC Coach was born. So without him, I'd still be at my 9 to 5 job. So I couldn't have done it on my own, and I do credit him 100%. I'd probably be the regional district manager of credit risk analysis for TD Ameritrade option trading, or some boring job like that, where I just like want to shoot myself. Anyway, if you want to learn how to lose weight, you find someone to teach you how. That's what I did. I've lost a lot of weight over the years, and I've gained a lot of weight. I think I might hold the world record for weight loss and weight gain on planet Earth. I'm not sure, but I must be close. And I found someone to teach me how. The diet that she gave me is the reason that I can lose weight. And I can lose weight right now if I feel like it, but it's summertime and I really like drinking beer by the campfire, so I can't. I'll wait till the winter for that. If you want to learn how to fly a plane, you have to find someone to teach you how. If you don't, you could die or hurt somebody else. So you have to do courses written, and then you have to go up with a pilot, like a co-pilot, who's going to show you how to do everything. Then you have to do a solo. Then you get your license. But you don't just go to the airport and say, "I'd like to fly a plane, please." You can't do that. Someone has to teach you because it's too freaking dangerous for you to ever do that on your own. If you want to run a Google ad successfully, find someone to teach you how, right? This is no different. Find someone to teach you how, which brings me to my offer to you. At the beginning, I mentioned Google Ads Bootcamp. That's what my offer is. A way to skip a lot of the roadblocks to get profitable. Do you think you can do this? Everybody on here, I'm sure you're nodding your head yes. So far we covered like what has changed, the best way to run them using the game plan, and then what to do next. So my question is, do you want to take it to the next level? Introducing the Google Ads Bootcamp. The info and the methods that I've shown today kind of scratch the surface, not even a dent, to be honest. So the bootcamp's all about teaching you, guiding you, supporting you to get Google Ads profitable with the 3-step method. It could actually be 4-step. I might even throw in a bonus training there. What is it though? It's a 3-week bootcamp dedicated to Google Ads. Sound pretty sweet? I think it is. I want to make sure that you have everything you need to profit. So it's going to be all about this. Step 1, getting set up correctly. Step 1 is running ads direct. Step 2 is generating leads. And step 3 is retargeting for high ROI, everything in the kitchen sink. And there's potentially going to be something else in there. It's an unannounced bonus that I haven't announced, so pretend you didn't hear that. I can't wait for the day you tell me, Will, I got my first sale, or Will, I generated like 10 leads today, or Will, this is awesome. Or for the day you tell me, Will, I got my 100th sale. When that happens, I'll be the happiest coach on the planet. So the warning is this is not for everyone. If you're not interested, you can certainly turn this off right now. We're almost done though. So if you are interested, stick around for another few minutes, not while I just finish this off. So what you get is this. You get me. You get my coaching. 17 years experience, over 1.5 million in sales in the physical product world, over $1 million in coaching. I've ran high 6 figures of my own money with paid ads already. Actually, if I combine Facebook and Google, it's probably over 7 figures in ads that I've run. So I can handle any tech issue you encounter. Uh, Basically, any problems you run into, odds are I've already run into it, or somebody I've already trained has run into it and we've solved it. So we will get you profitable. And again, I put that little screenshot from today. That's not one day, that's lifetime, of course. Can you imagine getting 507,000 clicks a day? I mean, I'm not Amazon. So what you get is the live training sessions. There's 3 of them, 1 week apart, gives you time to complete each step in between. Replays are available if you can't make it live, of course. You can ask questions, get answers, and succeed. So that's the training side. And that's going to be over my shoulder, right inside my ad account, actually showing you every button to push. And that's kind of the reason that I'm doing this again, because I did run this 4 years ago, but a lot of the dashboards and where the buttons are and everything else has changed so much that I have to redo it. Plus, I've got updated methods from the ones that I've ran in the past because I'm constantly, anyone that knows me knows I don't teach anything unless I'm doing it myself. So I do experiment a lot with a lot of different methods. The ones that work are the ones that I teach. The ones that don't work are the ones you will never see from me. Okay, it's not theory. It's what I do in my business daily. So I do have some cool bonuses for you too. We need a way to interact. So that's bonus number 1. It's a dedicated group for the bootcamp. And that is right on Facebook, available 24/7. And right in there is where you can ask questions, get support, network with other individuals who are actually trying to get Google Ads profitable too. It's like-minded individuals. It's an awesome way to get support. And I don't know if you've ever tried to talk to your spouse or family or friends about, Google Ads and their eyes gloss over it because they have no idea what you're talking about. This eliminates that problem. Okay, so you get training and support. Does that sound pretty good? That's about $9.97 value for the training, $9.97 for the support, which is equal in value. So you're up to $1,994 in value. But that's not all. I do have a few other bonuses for you too. I did mention email marketing, and I do believe that is key to any business, whether you're selling physical products or services or whatever you're doing, whatever you want to sell online. Email is the keys to the kingdom for repeat and even new customers. So I'll teach you exactly how to do that. And fortunately, I ran a boot camp on that already. My email marketing boot camp is what you're going to get. That's bonus number 2. It is I think it's 3 or 4 sessions, an hour each, and that comes with its own group as well. So email is amazing. Your list is your most valuable asset. I'm going to show you how to do ongoing emails and sales emails. So sales emails are like, once a month, run a 3-day sale, and I'll show you the exact sequence, what to say, when to send it, how to send it, all that good stuff. I teach it all in that boot camp. It's already done. I'll give you access to that one. This will give you an awesome foundation if you're going the lead gen route with Google Ads. So I will still coach on that too, because I love email marketing. I do it daily. So again, we're up to, including that, now we're up to $2,991 in value. I'm not done. So I've got a couple more bonuses for you too. I basically want to make this a no-brainer. I ran this a few years ago, like I said, the original boot camp for Google Ads. It still has a ton of golden nuggets in it, even though the dashboards have changed dramatically. So what you will see in the original boot camp are not what you're going to see in this boot camp. They're like night and day difference. I don't know why, but ad platforms seem to love to change their dashboards. Um, I don't know if they have like an interface person who's like a salaried person that has to do something and make changes every year or something to the platform, but it's honestly really annoying because you just figure out where something is and then you move it. Now you're like, well, where the heck is that? For example, with text ads on Google, it used to be super easy to find what people were actually typing in as search terms because there's a little drop down on the right on the left side that said search terms. Well, now they moved that into insights and keywords and search terms on the new dashboard. It's like, why move that? It was perfectly fine where it was. Why you got to do that, Google? But if you didn't know where to find it, you would spend a little bit of frustration trying to do it. So basically, over 100 people took it, and it still has a ton of value. And that I'm going to give that to you too. So you have a good foundation. You can go through that, and you can still see that some of the methods used in there and the golden nuggets that you're going to get from that training are really good. And that's going to teach you how to run Google Ads of all kinds, all the ones that I've talked about today, except back then, they didn't have some of the types that they have today. So that's why I do have to do this version because the dashboards and the actual ad types that are available now have expanded. So paid traffic is awesome, just bottom line. And that's about a 997 value. That's the OG Google Ads Bootcamp, $3,998 we're up to. So how about more paid ads training? Because if you're getting into Google Ads, you might want to get into a couple other places too. I got your back. So recently I did some Microsoft ads training, and that's yours too. Now this is Microsoft ads. They used to be called Bing ads. Now the demographic is crazy because it's older people. Because think like who uses Bing.com for their search engine versus Google? Older people. And you know why they use it? Because Bing, that like browser that they have and everything, it defaults on Windows installations now. So all these old people on their desktops, like me, who have Windows, um, it will open up to like the Bing.com page by default when these guys try and go on the internet. Cool part is they buy like crazy. Most marketers don't bother with this. It's wide open. So you'll get 3+ hours of training on like audience network ads, search ads, display ads over there. Pixels, everything. So everything you need to get Bing ads slash Microsoft ads up and running profitably, which I think is a cool little bonus. So that's now we're up to $4,985 in value. But why stop there? Let's keep going with this. I love bonuses. Bonuses are fun because I've been doing this a long time and I got a lot of stuff to give you. So let's add another beast of a traffic source for you. Facebook ads. I talked about them. I use them daily. Why not give you the boot camp that I ran recently on that too? So bonus number 5 is a very recent Facebook ads boot camp that I ran. We're talking about Advantage Plus shopping campaign training, which is one of the new types of campaigns that Facebook is putting out where it used to be you have like a campaign that has ad sets that has ads under it. The Advantage Plus shopping campaigns are now you have a campaign and you have ads. They've eliminated the ad set from it. It's really cool. And I'll show you the 2-step method to scaling in there. It's on obviously your social network. I run ads here or there, sorry, on Facebook daily. So I do both. You're going to get the whole boot camp with as a bonus too. It's awesome, right? And that's a 997 value. Now we're up to $5,982 in value. That's a lot. I could stop there, but I'm not going to. You're going to be a paid ads expert with multiple platforms, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, plus email marketing. So let's say you're like, okay, cool. I really want to open a store too to run all your ads to. That's right. No problem. Shopify, It's easy to set up and use. Bonus number 6, I'm going to give you my full Shopify print-on-demand course, which is 102 videos. They're already done. They're already waiting for you. People have already gone through this, including in that one, personalized print-on-demand products. Okay, so there's 10 modules to that. The intro, getting started, growing, scaling, social, email marketing, there's a module in there too. Then there's also TikTok, Pinterest, blogging, and a summary. So that alone is worth the price of admission. There is a ton of training in there with that Shopify course. It's awesome. Now, I like I said, I went with the print on demand and personalized product angle with that. So you've probably seen those stores like on Facebook where it's like a doormat or something, and you can customize it to say like the family name. Or I know for Father's Day that they have like T-shirts or Mother's Day or whatever it is, where you can put like pictures of the whole family, and you can like make the images of the family, and then you can put the names on the shirt, and you can position them. Like you do this on a Shopify store, and then people buy it. Like the person who's buying does the customization. It's amazing. Anyway, that is a huge bonus. That alone is is worth it, I think. That's going to give you enough training to do everything. I'm going to throw that in too. That should be a little bit more value, but it's $6,979 in value. Now, I saved the best for last. This is the last bonus I'm going to give you. I haven't really done this before, but once you're up and running, so you've got your Google Ads campaigns running maybe for a week or two, and you're like, all right, I just want to make sure, or I got a couple of questions, or I'm not sure about this. I will do a video review of your account to help you personally and privately, meaning there is a way where you can invite me via email into your ad account. I can look at everything. You send me the questions. I'll go into your ad account. I'll look at everything. I'll review it. Now, I have done probably, I want to say thousands of these reviews over the time. So this is bonus number 7. This is the last one. Google Ads account video review. This is where you learn from the bootcamp, you implement everything, and then the cherry on top is I'm going to go into those campaigns. I'm going to look at them and make sure everything's set up right. I'm going to answer any questions you send me on it. I'm going to do up a video, and I'm going to send you a private video from me to you. Nobody else is going to see it. It's like one-on-one coaching, but just me and you privately. I love this bonus. So it's a Google Ads account review. This is after you're set up, all right? Because I don't want to do a review when I have nothing to review. Get some traffic running, make some mistakes, have some problems, run into some issues, hit some roadblocks, hit some bumps in the road, then go, okay, well, let's go. Let me see it. So you invite me to the ad account. I'll show you how. You send me your questions. Just email me. I'll do a personal and private video review of your ad account. I'll answer your questions. I'll provide feedback. If I spot anything weird or wrong, I'll tell you. What I do as I'm doing the video is I have a Google Doc going and I make a list of things that I'm talking about so that you can watch the video and then you have the Google Doc where it has step by step the changes that I would make or the improvements that I would make. This will get you profitable fastest. I've reviewed a lot of accounts over the years. This is super valuable. Okay, you're getting a set of old experienced eyes who's got 507,000 clicks on Google Ads now, looking at your Google Ads account and saying, well, this setting is weird. Why'd you do that? Let's fix that to this. Or when I click through to your landing page, it looks weird on a phone. We got to fix that because a lot of the traffic that you're going to get from any ad platform now goes to mobile. So we want to make sure we optimize it that way. Or you got a broken image here on your store, or these mock-ups don't look right, or your checkout page has this dumb Google Pay and Shop Pay button on it. Let's get rid of that. Here's how you do it. All this stuff is meant to just make sure that after you took the training, you implemented everything, that everything's working right. So I haven't done this before, but I feel like I should be doing this on every boot camp that I offer in the future too. And the kicker is, I don't think of this as work. I actually really enjoy this. This part is awesome because when I see somebody taking action on what I showed them, I cannot help but go out of my way to make sure that they're making money on what they're doing. It's just so rewarding. It's actually more rewarding than money in my bank account. This is way better to me. So I love this. I should actually just offer this alone. But that's got about, because it's going to take a little bit of my time, like a $997 value. So now we're up to $7,976. So how's that sound? I'm not playing around here. Okay, you get it all. It's a ton of value. I should charge almost $8,000 for this, but I'm not charging that much. I had a choice to make: sell it for cheap or charge more and limit it to fewer people. I did go with option one for this. This is for everyone. So I priced that $9.97. But wait, since I want you to do this, I'm offering it for 70% off, $299.10. So the URL is there, ppc-coach.com/GADS, Google Ads, G Ads. One thing though, that's for the first 20 people only. Okay, this is something different that I'm doing this time around. Once 20 people join, the price goes up by 10%. Now, I'm doing that to give you kind of an early bird special. So that's 70% off for a limited time. The link is in the bottom right of the screen. If you go to that page and it's not 70% off, it's because 20 people already joined. Okay, you're getting everything to succeed with Google Ads and more. If you want to be profitable, you do have two options: do it alone. Like I said, go to YouTube or groups, search for that, get tons of conflicting info, get confused, overloaded, overthink it, second guess yourself, waste time, waste energy, and struggle, or get this amazing deal: 3 live training sessions, private group. So we've got all that for you. Email marketing bootcamp, Google Ads bootcamp, the original one, Microsoft Ads training, Facebook Ads bootcamp, Shopify course, personal video review. Which do you prefer? It's a complete no-brainer. So is that a lot of money? No, not for the massive amount of training and support you're getting. I have a goal, and that's to get you profitable with Google Ads. I'm giving you everything and the kitchen sink and even my time and my expertise to review your accounts once you're up and running, to get you making money as fast as possible. You can try it alone, and I know some of you will. This is for the ones that want to skip the school of hard knocks. I have a PhD from there, unfortunately. It's not pretty. Who am I to teach you? Well, I am an experienced expert with a lot of success so far. So if you have any questions on this, if you're not sure, email me, coach@ppc-coach.com. What's the difference between now and later? Well, now you might be struggling, and later you won't be anymore. So this is a limited time offer. Once 20 join, the price goes up by 10%. And then there's also a closing date on this. And at that point, it goes up to the full price of $9.97. So it's like a two-tier thing. This is like the early bird special, and then it will go up by 10% until the cart closes, which is probably going to be in a few days from now. So keep that in mind. Don't wait on it. Be in that first 20 people. Now, some common questions I get all the time. Then I'll take some questions. We'll close this off. So why Google Ads? Obviously, they work well for print on demand. They work awesome for lead gen. They've got a ton of traffic. There's still a ton of people on there daily. People are used to buying things on there. They're trusted. Now, what can you sell? Anything. Anything they'll allow. For me, it's been t-shirts and Shopify. I also use Google Ads to generate leads for my business daily. It works very, very well. So where does it take place? Live training is on GoToWebinar. Replays are posted to the group. Bonuses are on on Facebook in their own groups. The course is on its own course portal that you're going to get a login for, and you'll get full instructions after joining on how to access everything. The bonuses are all available right now, except for the personal review. But everything else besides bonus number 7 is available right now. So which type of ads will you learn? Search ads, demand gen, display, video, and I'm considering adding performance max ads too, although I'm hesitant because they require an ad account that has a lot of history and a lot of conversions that have already run through it in order to be successful. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to jump into performance max for it. But the rest of them are amazing, and I use all of them daily. So what's going to be covered? Every single step in detail over my shoulder. You're going to watch me create campaigns live right in my ad account, lead gen and direct product ads. You're going to see it all. Okay, it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, what if I'm number 21 to join? Well, you'll pay 10% more, so it's 60% off instead of 70. I want to give early birds a bigger discount. Don't wait on this. This is not going to be available forever. Even after number 20, the cart does still close. So it's not like it's going to be wide open. You can join it at any time. I'm going to send out a couple emails to you. You're going to see that. Now, when can I start? Right now. There's no better time than the present. Let's do this. I'm pumped to get you successful. What if you have more questions? Again, email me or go to my free group, ppc-coach.com/group. I think there's almost like 10,000 people on there. You can go there. Are you ready? Awesome. Can't wait to get started with you. If you're still on the fence, here's a couple of testimonials. And I predict my dog is about to bark in 3 seconds because there's a delivery guy and or kid at the door. If you hear a dog bark, I apologize. But like I said, I work at home. All right, Mandy, I've known Will for a few years now, have a couple of his courses. You'll always be learning something from him, whether you're at the beginning, intermediate, or advanced stage of your business. He teaches what's working for him now, teaches in a simple and easy to understand way. I was able to implement one of his courses, and then the first lesson made my investment back. Oliver, I don't usually make public posts on Facebook, but I feel I need to tonight. Will, you could be spending your time making money for yourself instead of creating such a great and insightful content. I truly believe you genuinely care and want to help people. You got me started with print on demand back in February. I'm already seeing great success. I've hit several bumps along the way, but just believe in yourself. You can do this, and you will. Take care. Chris, I've been following Will for nearly 3 years now, and to this day, I think he's the best in the business when it comes to coaching print on demand and Facebook ads. I purchased a couple of his courses in the past, and they've been great. Everything he teaches has been battle tested and proven, so you can trust the strategies that he shares. Definitely follow this guy. You won't regret it. Now, I've got more testimonials. I think there's about 175 on this page. I haven't really gathered any recently, but I could get up to like 500 if I wanted. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. So what happens after you order? You're going to get instant access to the group, which has full instructions on how to access everything. Remember, one little tip here. On the thank you page after your order, there's a password to the group, okay? Remember that password. It's very simple. But when you go to join the group, it's going to ask you for the email you used and the password. And the password is the one that shows on the thank you page after your order. Because I've had like, every time I do this, I have like 2 or 3 people like, I didn't see a password. I'm like, no. You didn't read the page because it's right there. It's no big deal, but just look for that. So you get immediate access to the bonuses so you can get started right now. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to help you succeed. You're buying something very unique based on years of experience and what works today. And every time I do this, I try and refine it and make it a little bit better. And I think with this personal ad account review, private one, nobody else is going to see it, just you and me. And if you're worried about your store being exposed, I'm willing to sign an NDA if you want, non-disclosure agreement, even a non-compete, doesn't matter to me. I do not take my members' stores or products or anything that's working and ever like steal it from them. That's not my game. I would have been out of business a long time ago if I ever did that. So I know it's weird when you have somebody looking at your stuff because it's like, well, that's private. I don't want anybody to see that. What if he sees a bestseller and then he's going to do it? Nah, it's not going to happen. That just does not happen at all. Never has, never will. All right, if you skip this, I'll call you crazy, but we can part as friends. Don't wait on it. It is a limited time offer. Get that early bird special. Let's get you profitable. I'll do everything I can to get you there. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate your time. Get in now if you haven't already. All right. The full URL is, okay, let's take some questions here. The full URL, okay, it's ppc-coach.com/GADS. So like Google Ads. So I'll show you here. Go here. Let's type it in for you. ppc-coach.com/GADS. That should go to the page. Yeah, it did. There you go. So right now, like I said, we're at 70% off for the first 20 people. And all you do is fill this in, press complete order, and then there'll be a thank you page. And on that page will be a button you click to go to the Facebook group, but there's also the password for the Facebook group. So you do get instant access to the bootcamp and all the bonuses. First 20 get 70% off. The doors do close in 3 days, 11 minutes, and 49 minutes and 57 seconds. Meaning, I think that puts us a couple days from now. Can't remember the exact date, but it's ppc-coach.com/GADS. All right. Yeah, Facebook support is not support. You are absolutely right. Such a great idea. Wow. Oh, the blogging thing. Yeah. Actually, okay. I don't want to spoil it, but there's probably another bonus coming. An unannounced bonus. Okay. Do we get access to the forum as well? The PPC coach forum, not with this one, no. Although, I mean, you can join if you like. So right now, people are always asking me like, what are you doing here? So I've got this one, print on demand coach. This is like my light version of PPC coach. And I made this because this is what I do really, is print on demand. But PPC coach is more pay-per-click marketers. So I get a lot of people almost every other day that they're like, I don't understand why it's named PPC coach and you teach print on demand in it. And I'm like, crap, you're right. So I don't know why, but print on demand coach was available. So I bought that domain. And I made this one. And this membership is $9.99 a month, $9.99. This one, the big boy, is $49.99 per month. Okay. And in this one is where you can actually see I'm doing my Shopify source from scratch, and I'm on video, I think number 6 next week, and I do it all live. So I'm creating a store live. This one though, you get updates, but they're not live. They're just videos that I pop in here, and actually I have one coming in today to this. So you can see I've got all the updates. Actually, I have to update that. 5 updates so far, but every Friday there'll be a new update in here. In here, it is the first Thursday of every month. There's 3 live training sessions starting the first Thursday of every month, and they're like an hour and they're live. So you watch me. What happens in here a lot is you'll watch me doing stuff live. So I'll screw up or I'll have a brain fart and then I'll fix it. And then a lot of people always comment like, "Oh my God, that just happened to me and I didn't know what to do." I'm so glad it happens to you too, because even though um, I'm really good at what I do, it doesn't mean I don't still make mistakes. I do. And I hit roadblocks and I hit things not working. And I hit things being moved. And it's how I deal with them that people see, and then they feel a little bit better about their situation too. So that unfortunately is not included in this boot camp. None of those, but you are free to join them. Okay. So yeah, you're saying the full URL is cut off from your display screen. So it is ppc-coach.com/GADS. Very cool. Right on. Will this course teach about ads for local business marketing? You can 100% apply everything that you're going to learn to local. The only difference is the location targeting. That's it. The methods work. Everything else works. Um, it will 100% work for local. So if you have a local business and you're like, I don't want to go, like, I want to do like 50 miles around my store, around my business, or 100 miles, I'll show you how to do that. That's just switching the location targeting to that instead of like USA or Canada or UK or wherever you're located. For example, on my Shopify store, I tend to focus a lot on US traffic because my supplier, the warehouse that I use, is in the US. So I want to make sure that when people make an order on my store, that it's actually print, packed, and shipped pretty quick, and it's on their doorstep pretty quick. But for local businesses, you don't want to target the whole country. You just want to you can target by your state or your city, or there's even like what's that called? DMA regions. Can't remember what, like even by zip codes you could do it. It's amazing the targeting levels you can get to. And there is one little different, well, there's 2 differences in local. You want to switch your location targeting, and um, I've always found, like, for example, I'm in a city, there's like the population is 420,000 people. If I have like a lawn care business in my city and I put my city as the target, and then I only target people who are searching for lawn care, that's going to be a pretty small number. So I can actually do one little change where instead of targeting lawn care people, I can target basically my whole city and area, and I can let my ads do the targeting for me. Meaning if my ad says looking for lawn care in London, click here, we have awesome rates, whatever. That is going to do a lot better than me targeting, like narrowing it down to somebody who's typing in like uh, someone to mow my lawn in London, for example. So yeah, local works. Actually, at one point in time, I think this was about 12 years ago, 13 years ago, uh, I was partnering with a guy on an agency, and I didn't like it. I only did it for like 6 months, but I had a flower shop in town that I took on as a client. And stupid me being new to the agency area back then, which was 12 or 13 years ago, that client was like, "Oh yeah, this is great." It was kind of like a month or so before Valentine's Day, and I was running ads for the flower shop, and she's like, "This is amazing. I'm getting so much more business." And then I was running the ads in my ad account to her store. Stupid rookie mistake. I should have run it in her ad account to her store. She stiffed me on the bill after telling me she was getting more business. She stiffed me on the bill. Anyway, that's a little stupid sidebar, but all right, it was my error about the GoToWebinar display size that cut off the URL. Oh, okay, good stuff. That's why you're so good. Fail as fast as you can to know what works. Exactly. So, um, one people have asked me before, like, how have you survived so long online? Like, how do you, how have you had success when a lot of other people have failed? And it's not that, like, you only see the success, but you haven't seen the hundreds of failures that I've had along the way. So the only reason that even like I'm ahead of some other people is because I've failed more, and other people are ahead of me because they failed more. But even me, where I'm at, I am not the top of the hill. Like, I'm not king of the mountain. There are still people today, like even right now, that I actually bought. I'm in a membership because this guy did like 25 million on Shopify, and I've only done. I'm not there yet, and he's actually flipped like 3 stores or whatever on Shopify. I'm like, even though I know probably 99% of what he's going to teach or has taught, I still want access to that guy because he's further ahead. So my theory in life in general is I'm always a student. You never know everything, and there's always somebody ahead of you that you can learn from. And even to this day, if there's somebody ahead of me and I get a good feeling off them, I will pay them to teach me because that's how you advance. So I don't like the guys online who are like, I'm the greatest and this is how you do it and nobody's better than me and blah, blah. It's like, come on, man. Everybody should always be a student in life because we don't know everything. Yeah, we have a lot of experience, and yeah, comparatively, there might be people you're ahead of or behind, but you can always learn from somebody who's done more, uh, had more success. And the one key difference I find is they just failed more. So if you're a bit behind me, it's just because I've failed more. That's it. Um, I'm not perfect. Everything I launch doesn't work. I still have failures. I'll still screw up campaigns. I'll still mess up some targeting or some keywords or some ads or some setting on a campaign. And then I'll go back the next day and be like, oh, why did I do that? I know better. But maybe I rushed through it. Maybe I didn't check it. Like there's so much that goes on. It's just crazy. So that's also why I really love doing these live because when I'm in that ad account and you're watching me do it, and then you go, okay, I've done that too, and I didn't know how to fix it. Or I've never done that, but I'm glad he made that mistake because I know if I make that mistake now, I know how to fix it because he just went through it and talked his way through it and figured out the solution right live. And I've done that so many times, and so many people are like, I don't know how you do it without like throwing, like punching your monitor or throwing it through the wall. I'm like, nah, it's just mistakes happen. You just got to fix them. So that's a big part of why I do these live too. All right. I'm going to close with that. I appreciate everybody coming on. We went a little bit longer than usual. I'm sorry. But I hope you have a great weekend. I will send out the replay as well. But don't forget, I really do want you to be one of the first 20 in there to get that 70% off. So everybody have a wonderful day. If you do have any questions, email me, coach@ppc-coach.com, or go to my Facebook group and post any questions you have. I'd be happy to help you. But let's get you going. Let's get you profitable with Google Ads. This is it. This will work for you. And if you're like, well, will it work for my business? Send me an email. I'll tell you. But I can tell you right now, it will. Because Google Ads, this is going to apply to everything. All right. Everybody have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.